Okay, so now we're taking our opponent down. And here's the thing. When I tie up with my opponent, we grab each other. I grab the collar tie, he's got it as well. This hand can be in a number of places. We'll look at two main ones for today. But I want to make something clear. When I grab him, and we're not just grabbing each other to hold and control each other. This is to manipulate his balance, to pull his head, because wherever his head goes, his weight goes. This arm is to clear this arm. I'm trying to get this elbow up or clear the hand off. So the thing you have to understand is you must always clear the arms before you shoot, before you can penetrate, because you don't want that impediment in your way. So when I'm here like this, and I get a forearm tie, for example, I don't go ear to ear. I'm out here in front. I match his level, ready to get below it, and I circle away to get that right foot. I circle away from it, and that just as he's stepping, not after, but we're going to freeze time. He already stepped, but as he's stepping is when I would raise this, and so he's still coming to me, and I'm going to him at the same time, so we collide in the middle. And then here's another key tip: my hips pop forward. A lot of people shoot and they're coming like this, and they go for the takedown, but my hips are back, which means he can collapse me if he does say, put some weight on me. Yeah, really, yeah. And I'd have to use a lot of strength to try to hold myself up. But if I push my hip in, now it's bone support. I'm not exerting anything. And he can weigh twice, 3 times as much, and it wouldn't bother me a bit. So you always rely on bone support for posture, not muscular effort. So I came in with this arm inside the leg, and then I'm going to trade off as I windshield wiper this foot, and on the knee here, I'm going to pivot, trade off here, and I can block behind the knee if I'm going to stand up and run him down, which is like it's a flare, or what I like to do is I'll see at that moment if I can join my hands. That's great, because now I can just stand up and hoist him. Right, I can stand up first, hip into him, and just hoist him up. But I can also just wrap the hip. If I'm here, let's say that leg's getting away from me or something, I don't feel the control, I'll just wrap the hip, and I'll reach through and I'll hip into him, and now I've got him off the ground, and I can turn, flip him over, land him on his back. So anyway, finishing that takedown isn't really the goal of what I'm doing today, what I'm covering today. So he's here, and we're going to look again at clearing that arm. So when he goes to tie up with me, if he goes to tie up, go ahead, I can do this and clear it, and I've got arm drag and things of that nature. But if he goes and gets the collar tie, another option instead of the forearm tie is the elbow tie. Now from here, I can lift up on this to relieve that pressure. It's really bearing down and pulling my head down and stuff. I can do this and now try to pull my head down. It's not nearly as much. It's maybe 1/3 as much now. But another thing about this is I can push inward, and he wants to keep his arm right there. So when I push inward, he's going to push outward, and then suddenly I reverse it, and now I've cleared the arm so that I can duck under. Now the duck under is nice because if we didn't have a nice soft mat under us, I can take him down without bringing my knee down to the floor. So we're going to do the claw. All right, so I've got the collar tie, he's got his. I go to elbow tie, I push in to get him to push out. Once I feel that resistance, I pull. And as I'm doing that, at the same time, I step through, all the way around behind. My hips are under me, and I'm not holding the neck, I'm going to the trapezius here, the traps. And now I'm going to reach through, let's turn a little bit. I'm going to squat down and reach all the way through his leg to the front of his thigh with my palm. And this means now I just hug him to me and I stand up. And then I can turn him over and I land with side control right there. You can do it even more dramatic fashion if you want to take him over this way, but I chose that angle just so you can see it with the camera. But from here again, collar tie, elbow. Relieve pressure, push in, he pushes out. Okay, I might also circle. I push in, he pushes out, and there. Raise it up, and in that moment, before he thinks to bring it back down, duck through. Okay, my head swoops under, but I look to the sky. I don't want to come in and leave my head down, because he'll choke me. And he'll join his hands. And now I can still take him down, but I'm more at risk for being choked. And then from here, reach through, hip into him and just look to the sky. And you got it. You'll find you can get big, heavy guys right up off the ground because you're only really lifting from the waist down. The arms are just hugging. They're not picking up. Hug him, get under him, and then stand up. This is your strongest range of a squat. And that's the only range you're using to pick a guy up.